Should be a pretty close game, honestly. I mean, they're coming in with basically identical scores. Of course, their scores are a little bit different between fall and spring, but their overall scores are both 10 and 3. So this is as evenly as match you can get. And both these teams we've seen plenty of times during our regular season. Rutgers and UMD both have volunteered themselves to be casted often. So thank you to those guys, because we have some teams who are a little bit stingy about their strategy and doesn't want to come on stream.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times during the regular season we saw this bus flag and of course Bullet Club boy hanging out on top of his little stick effigy.
That little crouch, that power pose.
I think yeah. Oh, he's on a stool. He must be on a stool. By the way, he's sitting, and then look, it kind of looks like a stool that he's on when it's on the little stick effigy thing.
Not a very comfortable stool.
No. All right. So the first waves of bans are almost complete. Not a lot of surprises here. Sand King, the Gyrocopter, Nyx, and Viper. Viper is just one that you ban if you don't want to deal with him. Nyx, sure. Is Nyx still a first phase ban? Is this targeted? Is this maybe tipping their hand a bit toward what they might be looking to get, Golgi?
I mean, it's okay. The hero's okay, but it's not like first pick material for sure. It's definitely gotta be something I pick like a counter type of thing. I've seen Nyx banned when people are going for like stuff like Medusa, going for OD. OD's been popular right now, and things like that. I think that's more indicative of those kind of strategies rather than Nyx being that strong over hero.
Unsurprisingly, we get a first pick Tiny out of the bus drivers. We've talked to it to death, but just to touch on it one more time, extremely strong hero who is very flexible. So he's very easy to pick up first and adjust your draft as picks and counter picks come out.
Yeah, I mean, Tiny's just got it all, right? He has building damage, he has somewhat of sustained damage, but most importantly, he has huge amount of burst damage and stuns. Like what you're looking for in a hero in Dota is you gotta remember to pick stuns, right? And you gotta make sure to get pickup potential, and Tiny has both, and being able to push, and Tiny has all three, I guess. And like stuff to be not underestimated. A lot of those heroes that are like that can blow heroes up are usually glass cannons. You're thinking about heroes like Lina, for example, very weak hero that needs to go defensive items to be able to sustain like Queen of Pain and things like that. But Tiny, even if he has those kind of gigantic nuke potential, he doesn't even have to use an ultimate to do that. So it's not cooldown based really, and he is super tanky. Of course, he has to gain melee range, but you just pick up a blink and you're good to go.
Alright, UMD picking up their first two heroes. It's going to be a Nature's Prophet and a Kunkka. I wouldn't be surprised if Rutgers, however they choose to do these lanes, I think they are going to try and put Tiny against Nature's Prophet. Or do you think the tree is not enough to deal with Treants in the early game?
In the early game, Nature's Prophet should be able to give Tiny a little bit of trouble, but yeah, I don't think you want to willingly take a Nature's Prophet into a Tiny lane. And yeah, just with a little bit of support, Tiny can easily kill Nature's Prophet, because Nature's Prophet is super squishy as well. And you accidentally get a little bit too close against Nature's Prophet in lane, and then you get tossed an avalanche combo, and then you're dead, right? I mean, you just need like one support that can do like a little bit of damage. A thing we saw commonly is like a Witch Doctor, right? Witch Doctor Tiny is so deadly.
So what I think Rutgers will probably do is pick up a very clear position 1, so that UMD figures, okay, this Tiny's not going to be the position 1. They send the Nature's Prophet off lane, which is where we see him a lot. But I wouldn't be surprised if Rutgers picks up an aggro try, so that they can send Tiny off to deal with the Nature's Prophet by himself, and then run their aggro try into the UMD safe lane. It's an option on the table. Of course, we still have a lot of draft to go, but I think that would be a pretty good draft decision, or good play that Rutger might have up their sleeve.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, Tiny is so flexible. Like this hero can be safe lane, off lane, and very rarely mids. We've seen. I think seen him support, not very recently, but I've seen it done before. So. There's so many things the Rutgers can take this Tiny to. Of course, UMD's draft, is a little bit more strict, I suppose. Nature's Prophet, we almost exclusively see him in the off lane, although just 2 days ago we were casting, I can't remember who we're exactly playing, but Nature's Prophet support was in the game 3 of one of the games, and Nature's Prophet support did a huge amount of work in that, so of course there's something to go there. And Kanka most exclusively a support. I have not seen a carry Kanka in a very long time, unless I'm watching Attacker or something.
Yeah, that was your where is that? Your Tuesday game, right? Marietta versus John Hopkins? Or no,
yeah,
sorry.
you were spectating for us that game.
Yeah, that was that was an
Marietta
exciting
dropped
series. I don't hate 3-game series. They're very exciting. It's unfortunate that like every 3-game series we've had here in CSL involves at least like 1 hour, at least one 1 hour, 75-minute maybe game, and it kind of really just sucks a lot of the gas out of your gas tank for a 3-game
No, for
series.
sure. I mean, like, if for those guys who missed it, I recommend you guys go back and watch those games. By the way, if you have the time, that is. Game 1 had a Spectre in it that won, and that's all I need to tell you about how long that game went. Game 2 had double Divine Rapiers picked up, so that game went on for about 70 minutes, and Game 3 had an anti-mage, so, like, yeah, it was
a slog.
Very long games.
Definitely a slog.
And here's the OD, that's something I thought about when they banned the Nyx Assassin. Nyx is one of the best counters against OD because OD gets a lot of intelligence, and Nyx Assassin's mana burn does so much damage against OD when he has a lot of intelligence. Of course, also Arcane Orb damage is based on your current current mana pool, so being able to burn that away just even takes away his damage potential. So yeah, that Nyx Assassin ban, pretty indicative of the OD pick.
There are still a couple other options that they might have for OD, but they probably don't want to. There's not any real big hard counters to OD right now, right? At least none that are in meta. The typical ones like your TAs and stuff. There are just people that kind of go even with him at this moment, as far as the laning phase goes.
OD seems pretty safe, as a hero. Just in general, you can take like Tinker against them, but he's also
not
bad
this game.
on the other side. You can take like a Queen. Queen can bully OD quite a bit. She will level her Q, the poison daggers against him, and there's not much he can do. If he wants to level his Astral Imprisonment, which he usually is going to do against the Shadow Strike, but usually OD nowadays like to forego leveling the Astral Imprisonment to go for early damage build, but that means you got to start sinking points Astral Imprisonment, which has a long cooldown early, and if you start using it defensively just dodge Shadow Strikes, that leaves you very vulnerable to ganks, especially against a Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, I was about to say, in Bounty Hunters in this game, so they got to be even more careful. So Bounty Hunter will be running. They've picked up their Winter Wyvern. Interesting pick here. I guess with what they're going up against already, the OD, the Kunkka, the Nature's Prophet, Winter's Curse is already looking mighty powerful.
Yeah, it's okay. It's looking okay. I think they're picking mostly for the Splinter Blast. The Splinter Blast is amazing
to
against
clear up the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, it's great to have a support that can counter Nature's Prophet push, because you end up in those awkward situations when you're pushing towers and you see Nature's Prophet pushing somewhere else, and then you have to go back to defend your tower, but then you send your carry over to clear that out, and then suddenly now you're carried down and your opponents initiate against you and Nature's Prophet TPs and you're screwed. But TPing away Winter Wyvern seems a lot less costly in those situations, so it's nice to have that flexibility and support.
AA, pretty solid pickup here as well with the OD. I think Astral into an Ice Blast is extremely easy to set up. They've also got Kunkka X into Ice Blast, and they've got Nature's Prophet even able to sprout people, make sure they don't go too far for the Ice Blast. So even if it's used on just one person, they should have some pretty reliable Ice Blasts here.
Yeah, no, for sure. H Apparition has been a great hero. And you got Kunkka that can set it up pretty easily. Nature's Prophet Sprout to a certain extent might be able to set it up. There's a Sniper. Sniper is actually a great pick against OD. We're talking about things that can give OD a hard time. Sniper definitely is one of them, because OD is not necessarily a hero that per se like super wins his, like OD rarely picks up kills in lane, right? Because he has very low damage within lane, and having someone like Sniper that can constantly harass out OD can be very strong. And if Sniper can get out of lane as well, being well farmed, he in the late game is very good against OD because OD has to close all that gap against Sniper's auto attack range, and it's going to be very hard for him to do that.
I'm wondering.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm wondering where this Nature's Prophet's gonna go now that the AA is picked up, because that's a hero. I don't know what UMD is thinking here for their final pick, but another range hero just to share the chillin' touch is always just amazing. It's such a lane dominator.
Yeah, but if they do take a range hero, that means I won't be lacking a frontliner here, which they might be wanting. They're not lacking initiation in a big way here on UMD.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if maybe this will be a safe lane Nature's Prophet with a utility offlaner. Because I'm pretty confident that he's not going to be a support at this time, unless it is that Kunkka. And we've even seen it here, right?
Yeah, they could maybe take a Razor here if they want another range hero that they also can frontline a little bit. But otherwise, I don't see any other range hero that can do it if they do want to go for that.
They've got the Faceless Void here for,
oh
boy.
No. Oh god, okay. I was not expecting another Spectre so recently, because he's rarely picked nowadays, but here we are. For 2 series in a row that I'm casting, we won't be seeing a Spectre. Spectre, I mean, like we've talked about this to death in the last series I casted. It's a hero that is complete trash in lane. And
oh no, Golgi, is Winter Wyvern's wing caught off the side of the screen for you? Poor guy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I think it's like cosmetic issue or something. But Spectre is going to definitely, UMD is going to definitely lose their lane. If UMD somehow wins their lane, then this game is going to be very, very short, and Rutgers is not going to have any chance. But if Sniper, the game's always going to be about if UMD can get the game to drag out far enough for Spectre to become farmed, and once Spectre becomes farmed, then there's not much that Rutgers can do against them.
So what do you want to see for this Faceless Void on Rutgers?
I mean, Silver Edge seems like a great item. Sniper, Faceless Void, and Tiny should all be picking up Silver Edge if the game does go on for that long. I'm not saying they should pick up a first item, because the Spectre is going to be pretty useless in the early game, right. But it's something you eventually want to have to be able to break his Dispersion, because Dispersion is what makes Spectre so scary. And not only Dispersion, of course, Desolate. The entire hero is based around those 2 passives, and without those 2 passives, the hero is useless. So if you have 3 ways to apply onto her, I think that's more power to Rutgers.
Yep. So I mean, first item, do you think he wants to go for? Is this a Mask of Madness game? Is this maybe get a Mjolnir or go for the Battle Fury? Sanjin Yasha even?
Although I don't like to say Battle Fury. Battle Fury actually looks like a good item this game, because you're going against the Nature's Prophet. I like the Mask of Madness build usually on Faceless Void, but he is going to be a safe laner here, and he needs to farm, and this game might go a very long time against the Spectre, and a way to be able to kind of shore up with that matchup is also have your farm be very strong as well. So having the Battle Fury helps you against those treants, and also helps you scale into the late game. Alright,
Golgi's pick is the Battle Fury. I think Rutgers should just say, we never want to take this late against a Spectre. Let's go full on mid game. I say he gets a Sanjin Yasha.
Sanjin Yasha Mask of Madness?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be good too.
Alright, well, here are the teams. We are going to have Rutgers on the Radiant, as you should see on the correct overlay, because I am the best at production, and I confirm that is correct. It's going to be Storm Soldier playing the Tiny, who is now looking to put a little bit of pressure onto Spectre. I'll forego the introductions while Spectre has to toss his dagger to get out. Storm Soldier is going to be playing the Tiny. We have Bounty Hunter played by Bounty Hunter Man. I actually, if I spent some more time, I could translate that in katakana. Lagcraft will be on the Sniper. We have Faceless Void played by Yahan. And finally, Winter Wyvern will be played by Timble.
And over on the other side, we have MIS playing the Kunkka. Got Slurm on the OD. We got Inferno playing Spectre with all that sponsorship. Got MZS playing the Ancient Apparition. And finally, got Trubs on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah. I believe we definitely had Storm Soldier in the CSL All-Star match.
Yes.
I want to say Inferno was there as well, was he not? Sounds correct.
I know Storm Soldier was there for sure. I can't exactly remember Inferno. but I'll take your word for it.
Inferno's stuck under his tower a little bit. Storm Soldier beating some creeps and even cleaving him up. He is stuck taking creep damage. He is not looking like he's having a fun
Bounty Hunter
time.
gets dusted up under his own tower.
Under the tower. He's going to eat the torrents as well. A couple more shots. Goodbye, Bounty.
And there's a whole TP out.
Timble's going to come in, but it's just TPs.
And they TP over into their tier 1 as well, so not going to miss a beat here. Wow, what a play. Wrap around under the tower with a dust to kill the Bounty Hunter who pulled off the off-lane pull. Very smart indeed. Bot lane is going to be a Faces Void in this solo lane against St. Nature's Prophet, so he's going to be struggling a little bit here until he can get his farm going. But this is going to be a little bit of a rough lane for him. He's going to get some Bounty Hunter help, this looks like.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter walking in there on the bottom right now, looking to give him some help. How is Mr. Spectre doing? So he's getting a couple last hits. He was under tower. I know that's that's pretty hard to do with Spectre.
Yeah. 51 damage on the hero. Very low.
Miss is going to steal some bounties.
Oh, there's going to be a toss.
Oh, yeah, they toss Spectre out over onto Winter Wyvern, but that may not be actually what they wanted, because Timble is now looking like he's in some trouble. A couple more shots could do it. They get the torrents. Another kill here from UMD in the top.
And the kill goes over to Spectre. That is the worst case scenario. I don't like this for Rutgers right now, giving Spectre a pretty good start. Of course, Spectre needs a lot more than this to be there. I'm not saying it's going to be a Spectre's game just yet, but this is a better start than many can hope for on Spectre.
And the Spectre, of course, TP straight back to lane, uses a salve, and he's straight back into the lane trying to get his last hits up. Not claiming any just yet. There we go. Tiny obviously is going to make that pretty hard for him, but yeah, even if his CS is a little bit low, you got to remember that he's getting kills in this lane, and it seems like he's getting a lot out of this lane. So yeah. Don't let that number fool you.
He's getting some last hits on their tower now, which is good.
Trubs is taking a lot of damage from this bounty. Trubs is going to have to go back under. He doesn't have any regen on him right now, so he's going to have to TP and walk back, or TP by a TP, or just hang out and hope he doesn't take any more damage. All are options.
Going for the good old zero stat build on Nature's Prophet.
Here in the mid, Lagcraft Slurm not sticking it to each other too much.
No, both these heroes are going to be looking to farm here in the early game. Both those heroes not really having the most kill potential, at least for Sniper until he's level 6, and he might give OD some hard time, but he of course needs to bait out the Astral Imprisonment before he goes for the Assassinate.
Just keeping my eye on the top, this seems like the most likely place for any action. Although we do have a rotation in the bottom from Timble. Is he looking to go on Shrubs?
This might be dangerous.
There it goes. Jahan, he just needs a couple shots. The first hit stun. We got a Splinter Blast coming out as well. Jahan's going to be able to jump straight over those trees. Oh, is that a miss? What was that?
Oh yeah, I don't know. He must have canceled his auto attack in the very last second.
Meanwhile, Tony goes down on the top where we're not even expecting it.
Yeah, that's another kill going over to the safe lane for
MZS gets this one, but Spectre was involved.
Yeah, Spectre got the assist for it. He got the XP. That's all he's wanting. Oh, Bounty Hunter going for that ancient apparition.
They've got the X. He should be able to go back. They get the torrent into the cold feet. He's frozen. Storm Soldier comes in. He's buying him a little bit of space. They've already got the AA, but Miss is going to get the kill onto the Bounty Hunter. Inferno now has Storm Soldier. They got a TP in from Trub. Storm Soldier is caught inside of the trees. They get a toss. That'll be able to get him out of the trees, but he turns them into treants before that can be an issue. Now the treants are just chasing down Storm Soldier, and they're going to force him back. So Inferno is going to live. They're going to get a lot of damage into Tiny. And now Timble is caught inside of the trees, the Sprout. He will be able to eat his way out, but he gets caught by the cold feet. Timble just TP back, is going to get caught. They've got an X out on the Storm Soldier. Storm Soldier are going to start getting beat up. They've got the Avalanche. A couple more shots will do it. Inferno is going to get it with the dagger. Now Inferno ready to chase down Bounty Hunter as well. Bounty Hunter makes it under the tower, and that will be the end of the fight. This Spectre is getting to be a problem.
Yeah, 203 already. The Spectre is doing really well. I mean, currently, surprisingly, when it comes to net worth, he's actually not, because he actually hasn't have last hits and all those kills were split quite a bit. He's actually only 1900 net worth, meanwhile Sniper and Faces Boy, who's been farming freely, are actually doing better than him. But still, being in a lane like this where he's not struggling at all and getting the levels is very important for Vector.
Yeah, I mean, has he left this lane except to go get a kill down here and TP straight back to tower?
Yeah, no, that's definitely not. And even MIS and MZS looking to go top again against this Tiny.
X into Cold Feet, extremely powerful. Here they go. There's a tosses up onto Inferno. Inferno, the X into the turret. There we go, the Cold Feet. It's gonna keep him in place for a little bit. Storm Soldier frozen up. Here comes Spectre, ready to get that last hit once again.
Oh my god, one of them planted those trees.
Dire's top tower.
They planted a tree over his dead
blocked him?
body. I don't even know if they're blocking his juke path. Maybe that's what they were trying to do, but I'm just going to imagine they're planting this tree over his dead body.
A PM tree.
Just as a message, you know.
All right, now we've got.
Oh, now they're actually even using the X. Spectre TP'd back, and MIS X'd him so he can come back into lane without using an RTP, so get full health and mana that way. Great supporting. Top lane, Bounty Hunter going against Spectre.
Spectre is making his way back. They get an avalanche, but he's in the trees, hiding a little bit. He's gonna survive. Now they're turning it around with the X on a Bounty Hunter. Inferno, I don't want to see you go in on this. Don't be silly.
No.
No, he gets seen in the toss. Oh, he's just undoing everything that they've done so far. Miss will get the kill on a Bounty Hunter, but that was not necessary for Spectre to go down there.
Yeah, that was a 3 times kill spree as well.
Oh, wow.
Mid lane,
We have a mid lane. Yeah, the Chronosphere gets used from Faces Void. Faces Void rotates in. They get a kill onto the... they lose their sniper, but Johan is trying to get onto Slurm right now. Trubs TP's in. Slurm just denies himself to the neutrals, knowing that he may not be able to survive another time walk. Trubs walking away. Johan will get in here, but Trubs should be able to make it out unless he gets bashed too many times. There we go. He's got the Sprout.
Money. What have we here?
So that's very good for UMD. They're getting the kill on the Sniper. Sniper, I believe, is doing quite well on the last hits there. So getting those back-to-back kills on the Spectre and Sniper, looking very good for their side. Trying to catch the Bounty Hunter in their own jungle right now. But they missed the dust.
Alright, I don't know what word this is supposed to be representing, but the Bounty Hunter is Marusu.
Marusu.
And that would typically be a non-Japanese word, so... I'm gonna go with mouse.
Mouse?
even though there's way better ways to do it, so mouse it shall be. Especially because my heart goes out to Mouse Esports.
Are they still playing on their
No, they are the
names?
now defunct Mouse Esports. They're on different teams. They broke up. The Greek boys broke my heart.
I mean, my Korean boys aren't doing all that well either. Although they did form Immortals, but Immortals aren't a very good team right now.
That's the old VGJ Storm squad, is that right? Or who is that?
No, that's the old MVP Phoenix.
Oh, that's right.
But Kyo retired though, which kind of sucks because Kyo was such a big part of the team and the part of their strat. So Kyo's not with them anymore.
Got some rotations coming in the bottom. Johan just uses Time Walk, although it's only on a 6-second cooldown right now. He's not super worried, and he's got a Quelling Blade, so they're not going to keep him in here for very long. Even with Kunkka, oh, never mind, with a boat, that should be enough. The boat's gonna come in, and the Cold Feet, even pulling an Inferno to make sure he gets a sliver of that kill using the Haunt. That's a great first use of Haunt.
Yeah. If you can pick up a kill every single time you use Haunt, that's exactly what you'll be doing with it. Of course, it is going to be a 180 second cooldown, and it's going to be down for the next 3 minutes, but
it's not like a big threat spell at this time.
Yeah. And it just turns them to doing this push with the treants as well. Of course, in the top lane, Rutgers aren't doing this for free. They're gonna be taking a tower of their own, although Hunka's trying to TP in, trying to do something about it.
Yep. He's got a torrent, he's gonna clean up the wave a little bit. And he's got to be careful. Storm Soldier's going to try and chase him down. He's forced back into his woods. But Rutgers, very wisely, is not going to continue to pursue this, not knowing who's in those trees or that there could be a bounty around.
So it looks like Johan is going to go for this Battle Fury build here. He's going to be still about 2k gold away from picking that up on that Faceless Void. They spot out Sniper in the jungle. Slowed down as well.
Sniper going down in the mid, getting chased down by this gank squad of MZS. And, okay, actually surprisingly wasn't with them, but they've got Trubs and Inferno, of course.
Yeah, they, MZS was standing in the jungle there looking down on him, and then they just pinged him out, and Trubs just TP'd in, and then sprouted him up, and within that sprout there's no way he can get away from the cold feet, so he just died to the trees. Top lane, Timbal gets X'd up.
Yeah, boat coming in, hitting on him as well. Winter Wyvern is going to be Cold Embrace, trying to make his way away, but there's no trees here. He's just completely stuck in the creep wave. He might have even just given up there and said, okay, I accept my fate.
Oh, bounty.
So stacking up Inferno versus Johan, net worth right now, just about 5,000 to 4,000. Considering the laning phase that these heroes have, Faceless Void versus Spectre, Spectre's kept up quite well.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the net worth are a lot more evenly spread out on UMD. Their support's faring a lot better, although Bounty Hunter did hit level 6, which is very important for him. So we'll see some tracks coming out soon. And this is something that Rutgers can do to really come back into this game strong.
Oh, fighting in the top, Inferno, Trub, Storm Soldier, everyone.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright, yeah, I was watching Mouse because he is, he's pinging up right now on Miss. He's got to track out. Unfortunately, not enough mana for another one, and it doesn't look like he's going to be involved in any kills right now. He's just not where his team is able to respond at the moment.
They would love to get the another kill on Spectre, but Spectre's Haunt is up, so they gotta keep that in mind. But they're rotating everyone in. Looks like Spectre might go down here.
They've even got track ready. Oh, but Spectre is out in the nick of time.
Yeah, he smells it. But Inferno are going to be start jungling under a ward here.
Miss. Oh, they've got a smoke up. Miss is going to find Johan. Here they go. X is up into the time walk. Here it goes. Torrent into the boat. Slurm is here now. There's the Haunt that we just talked about. And it's going to be another kill onto Faceless Void. Another great use of Haunt, making sure it's used on cooldown with kills.
No, do you know how amazing the Haunt was? Because on the top, Spectre was farming this jungle camp right here. Was farming under this Rutgers ward, and Tiny, Winter Wyvern, and Bounty Hunter were closing in on him. Oh, meanwhile, Bounty Hunter died. But when they're closing in on him, and he was about to get ganked, and he just luckily just haunts out right away, not even knowing that he was in danger.
Is under attack.
The double duty Haunt, both an escape and a kill. Gank tool. Ladcraft getting X'd up right now. They've got the Ice Blast into the torrent. Ladcraft is in trouble as well. These guys are coordinating so well. You can see why UMD is ranked up on those power rankings right now. Their teamwork is impeccable right now.
Yeah, I mean, something we completely forgot to mention about this team is the global presence that's available here. Spectre with the Haunt, obviously, Nature's Prophet can TP in to help with any ganks, and Ancient Apparition can throw his damage out as well. And we just see these ganks that happen like out of nowhere, that we don't expect at all. Sniper gets X, and that's just his death. Can't do anything about that.
Alright, Timbo's in. He's going to Splinter Blast up the wave and try and get him off the tower. The tower actually has not taken any damage yet. While there's a fight going on in the bottom under the tower, Faceless Void is going to go again. Storm Soldier throws an avalanche behind him, and that'll give him the space that he needs to get out of here. He is X'd up. Here comes the torrent, but I don't think they're going to be able to chase this. It still hits, does a little bit of damage, and now got an assassinate coming out onto Miss. Miss is going to get taken out.
Also tracked up just in the last second as well. So finally getting their first track kill after a while here, but still the momentum is all over on UMD's side.
Thanks to that track, they still got more gold out of that fight, despite the fact that Faceless Void was their position. Their position 1 is the one that went down.
Yeah. And Spectre not going for a Radiance. This is something
Slurm went a little too aggressively on Storm Soldier. He's going to be able to astral himself up. A Bounty Hunter does get caught by an Ice Blast. They buy him the space. AA's face alone is going to be enough to do it. Slurm is tracked up, and he makes it out of there. That looked like it was going to be disastrous for him, but he was able to buy the time he needed with his Astral.
Yeah. There's going to be X on 4 on Tiny.
Down in the jungle yet. Won't be able to hit with the boat. Miss is tracked up as well. Needs to be careful. He just backs up, knowing that Rutgers would be unwise to chase at this moment.
3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah,
Not
well
knowing
done
where the rest of the team
Radiant's
is.
top tower
Well done by
is
Storm
under
Soul
attack.
out there. When he got X'd, rather than running away, he just postured up and blinked forward over onto the Kunkka and stunned him with the Avalanche, which made Kunkka to reuse X marks the spot a little bit off time, so they missed the Torrent, and that meant the boat also missed as well. So Spectre right now is going for Radiance. Is something that like doesn't usually happen anymore, I think, unless the Spectre is doing incredibly well. And it is a really good item if you can get it on the Spectre. The problem is how you can get it. Oh, Fountain will find the courier.
Has been killed.
Bounty. No items on it, so not a big deal. Oh, but he's gonna get dusted up! Here comes the X into the torrent. He's trying to TP. No chance today, Bounty. Still Bounty worth less than a courier.
Yeah, still worth it. He was pretty scared there. I probably think he should have went farther back before trying TP. Should have probably walked to behind that ward spot under the tier 2.
Now, what are some items coming out? What is it that Faceless Void is working on? He's got his Battle Fury. We'll be going for the Shadow Blade.
That's a smart move here. Start looking for initiations over onto that Spectre. And since Spectre is going to be pretty powerful here, start working on the Silver Edge now might be a good idea.
Tiny
Because
has his...
that won't be able to prevent the Spectre from getting farmed, I don't think.
Yep. Yeah, not at this point, I don't think. Tiny's got his Blink up, working on an Echo Saber next. And Sniper himself, he is going to be...
Oh, they fight bound to the mid again.
Oh, this poor boy. Here comes the Ice Blast, going to come right through him. They've got the damage. Spectre comes in to make sure he's in XP range. Oh no! And he goes straight back onto his Haunt Illusion. He's going to try and TP out of here, but do they have the damage? Yes, they do! Oh, if he'd have stayed, he'd have lived. But he was so worried about farming, he goes straight back. Actually, he went to one of his illusions that were on Sniper.
Yeah, he misclicked. He definitely was trying to get go to the illusion over onto the top, back to farming, but he misclicked over onto Sniper, I think, and then this illusions all expired, so he couldn't go back out.
He must maybe he just missed his mini map and clicked on the
yeah, it must be.
That's unfortunate. That is.
He might have reality in hotkeyed, as in like just like quick.
Oh, quick cast. Yeah,
and
he wasn't on
his. Yeah, sometimes the way they like prioritize which one to go for by the proximity of your mouse can be a little bit can lead you to some weird places.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Haste.
Alright, we've got Rutgers smoke up. Jahan leading the charge. They're gonna see if they can find someone farming in the jungle.
We have yet to see if Faceless Void Chronosphere that results in a kill. I think we saw one actually in the mid lane a while
Correct,
ago.
yeah, the very first one.
But I haven't seen one since. And it's 20 minutes and you would want to be using them more often. Slurm, tracked up. This would be a good kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're baiting with Mouse. Here we go, Slurm. They're going to get the Avalanche. They get him inside of the Chrono. Now here comes the damage, but a boat is going to cut out the rest of the team. Odie is going to survive for now. He should be able to astral up. Yes, he's going to stay alive, and now Inferno is here, beating up on Johan. Johan's going to be the first one going down. Just kidding, that was actually the Bounty Hunter is already dead. Losing 2, getting nothing. The UMD response is just too coordinated. Trubs now even finding Sniper, yeah. Lagcraft, he does have that Hurricane Pike completed, so he's going to be able to get through the trees, but the rest of the team is just chasing him down. Now, Timble showed him, let him know where he was. They could chase him down. No, Inferno the only one chasing right now, and he'll be able to TP to base.
That just was a little bit botched initiation. Faces Void, blinked in and did not chrono immediately. Waited for a little bit, but that little tiny second gave Slurm the chance to force staff away, and that meant the Chronosphere caught him on the edge of the far side of his team, which means Tiny couldn't do his damage, Winter Wyvern couldn't do his damage, Sniper couldn't do it because he was way too far away. If they landed the Chronosphere right away when he was under that tower, his team would have helped him be able to do damage, rather than, Slurm coming out of that Chronosphere, being able to use his ulti and then imprison himself to get to safety.
Yeah, and the boat use for Miss, I want to say again, was very well placed. It did a perfect job of making sure they couldn't come to that Chrono to help.
Exactly.
Middle tower is under attack.
Just that small delay over the Chronosphere, and still everything turned that entire fight around. But it's that kind of like doubt that when you're behind, that can hurt you so much. That like little bit of like, is this the right Chronosphere? Sometimes you just gotta go for it.
It looked like, so the Avalanche had just hit, and OD wasn't going anywhere. It looked like he was trying to maximize his damage in time by getting a couple shots in before using the Chrono.
Right. Didn't want to stack any of the stuns. Johan in the bot lane.
Oh yeah, Trubs is here as well, TPing in. MCS. Trubs taking quite a lot of damage. They are going to hit with the boat. Trubs is making his way out, and now Storm Soldier taking so much damage, not going to be able to get out of here. They dust up, even though he can't get away. Just wanted to make sure that that Mouse wasn't on them, and he wasn't. That gives the Treant Protector, or sorry, Treant Protector, the Nature's Prophet enough time to get the hell out of there.
And Spectre's Radiance, he actually has enough money for it, and this is where the game turns almost impossible. Rutgers, 22 minutes, Radiant Spectre.
It's purchased, it's delivering.
Yeah, this game's about to get real hard. Maybe Spectre's coming back. Maybe Spectre is a legit hero. I mean, this is 2 times we're seeing Spectre doing pretty well.
Two games in a, or 2 series in a row, basically.
Yeah. Although I don't think how Spectre did this game in the lane is indicative of how Spectre usually does in lane. Because the character has no skills, man. He only has 1 skills and 2 passes. Like, what is he going to do in lane?
Right, Bounty Hunter's out scouting. They don't know that he's here, but I don't think that Rut is going to be able to do anything with him. They're just gathering information at this point.
Very good information, though. Because what they've been doing constantly is using Slurm to bait, and Slurm, pushes out that mid lane while his entire team sits behind him, and at least Bounty Hunter sees that, so they're not going to try anything risky there.
Spectre, yeah, level 15 as well. He's got the dagger cooldown. Gonna go ahead and pop the shrine for himself and continue this farm fest.
Wow, dagger cooldown instead of the all stats. I think I've almost always seen all stats, but yeah, going for a dagger cooldown probably feeling very confident, going to be doing a lot more chasing there. Of course, could be used defensively as well, of course, going to trees and stuff, giving him that free movement.
Yeah, I mean, so far he's going against the Winter Wyvern, who can go free pathing.
New mid, Sniper can call again.
They're going to be able to get the cold feet on him, but the rest of the TPs are going to be able to delay them. AA is actually going to survive for now, buy himself a little bit of time with his Yules, but MZS should go down to the assassinate. There we go, Miss being out. He's going to commit the chrono just to be able to get Miss. Now we've got a haunt in. Where is he? Oh, they're going to be able to find the Winter Wyvern with Slurm beaten away right now. They get 2 return kills with more valuable targets than they lost.
Yeah, just Spectre using that haunt to be able to kill the sniper. I don't think he even reality onto the sniper. That Radiant Spur and the illusion damage was all he needed to be able to take him down.
Of course, those were 2 track kills that Rutgers got, so going to come out on top with the net worth trade on that one, but not by much. And of course, UMD is still leading.
Yeah, I do believe actually Mouse did not get the track over onto Kanka, but they're so behind right now that even without those tracks, they're making so much money. So I wonder where Inferno's going to go next here. He's going to go for Manta, it looks like. Picks up the Yasha on himself.
We haven't seen a big blowout fight yet, Golgi.
No, because the thing is, the entire game has been pick-off. This has been UMD pick-off gaming, right? You get X and you're just dead. Like, this Honka has been doing so much work with that X. We saw just a random X because he has a huge range. You get X, and then suddenly you have a Nature's Prophet bringing down your neck with an Ancient Apparition Ice Blast over your head.
Yeah, that's and what I was going to ask, speaking of the Nature's Prophet, is that Rutgers can't really force a big blowout team fight, which is kind of what they want for having a Chronosphere on the team. Because if they try to force any one place or direction or engagement, UMD is just going to dodge and send out the tree, right?
Yeah, this is advantage of draft like this. You can always choose when you want to do the engage. Because the thing is, like, Spectre is going to be off farming somewhere else, Nature's Prophet is going to be off farming somewhere else, and when they want to fight, they'll just all come together within a moment's notice and then start killing someone. So it's very hard for Rutgers to be able to just nail them down in a location.
Yeah, so how does Rutgers need to approach this then? Pickoffs aren't going to be that effective either, because these teams are never far away from each other, right? Or UMD's never far away from each other.
I think just group up as 5 and look for counter initiations, and you know that UMD are itching for a fight, and just have your supports in the back kind of land bait out with one of your cores, and when they come in for that huge initiation, hopefully Jahan gets in there and lands a big Chronosphere and they can turn it around.
And you don't get blocked out or yeah, it's kind of a lot is riding on this Faceless Void right now, would you say?
Yeah, I mean that's every single Faceless Void game, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it does, of course.
We say that sentence so often, like so much rides on this Faceless Void's Chronosphere. It's because I mean that's like the only like amazing turnaround potential they have in the team. I guess they have the Winter Wyverns, Winter's Curse. That could be another way to turn it around. They have good reactionary spells. Oh, Haunt,
right, here comes the
top
Haunt.
lane. Storm Soul that.
Storm Soldier taking a lot of damage from Inferno. We've got Trub steeping in, and there's Miss as well. Just knowing. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like they're just constantly playing like off, and I mean I get their want to farm and stuff like that. But the thing is, like that just opens up UMD's draft even more. If you're going to be by yourself, like this team is made for picking you off. Then they can kill you, and then they'll go for objectives. Like right now, so they're going to think of a little shot maybe.
They're actually going on the bottom. Lagcraft taking a lot of damage. Oh, he should be able to get the kill on MZS. MZS trying to run away. Jahan could be going into Trubs. MZS will be able to dodge the assassinate. He's tracked up right now. Jahan is going to get a Nature's Prophet inside of his Chronosphere, and then some Shurikens come to finish him off. Finally, some signs of life here from Rutgers.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Trubs was worth a lot, but he is actually leading the net worth right now. And 2 tracks there, I believe, as well. So they're only getting a lot of money. That's a 2K gold swing just for
yeah,
an
that
off
catapulted Jahan to the top slot of net worth right now.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, they knew Spectre's ulti was on cooldown, and when Spectre's ulti is on cooldown, the hero was pretty damn weak. So they just used that opportunity to be able to take a big team fight.
And one thing with this Rutgers draft, maybe is it because the early hasn't gone so well? What's the issue here? Because I feel like Bounty Hunter Tiny, and even they can add one more, should be able to run around and pick off anyone by themselves before there can be a big response.
I think it's because the vision over on UMD has been really, really phenomenal. The vision has always caught them before they saw any, and we saw Bounty Hunter dying so often because there were sentries everywhere, and Dust was always available on Konka and Ancient Apparition as well. And that's like the biggest reason that UMD has been able to stay safe.
So let's tick the boxes here. UMD, it's a draft advantage. They've had kind of the team play advantage. They had a pretty good coming out of the they did great coming out of the
top
laning
lane.
phase.
Yawn actually gets caught again. There's that X.
No. Faceless Void not able. He had already used his time walk, not able to get out of there.
it's this X of death, man. You get X and you're just constantly dying.
Yeah, Rutgers, it feels like every box is ticked against them.
The seeds of fortune.
How do they do this?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they have the draft victory, and I think, you know, it's something that like they did not see coming with the Spectre pick. They had so much global presence, and they just didn't realize. I think this draft kind of like falls apart if they are
Thur
missing.
in the bottom could be in some trouble. I don't think they're going to pull everyone in for this. They got the Avalanche, they're going to catch him. Yes, they're going to have to give up the OD. He didn't have his team behind him like they normally play, and that's what happens. So if UMD keeps giving stuff up to Rutgers like that, you know, Rutgers will be able to... Go ahead.
There's a 4-man track as well, right? Just by the one kill, that was 1.5k goal swing. That's like the power of the track. So if you can get all your teammates around for even small kills like that, it's worth it.
Yeah, so a lot of the boxes that are ticked against Rutgers aren't going to matter if UMT does some silly stuff like that.
Bounty Hunter gets dusted again.
Did he run? Was this? Oh, okay. He tracked Miss, so Miss could guess where he was. Oh, but Travis is coming in. He's caught right now. Oh, the damage. Poor Mouse. All right. Any exciting items coming out right now, LG?
Johan looks like decided to forego that Silver Edge and Face's Void. They finished with the Black King bar on him, so that is actually a pretty big item against the enemy team. He's going to be able to turn around those kind of X initiation that's been so effective against him, and maybe save himself. Otherwise,
working on his BKB.
really.
Tiny working on his BKB.
But there's an Aegis over on Spectre.
Yeah. Oh, this is a nightmare.
Yeah. And Spectre is level 3 Haunt as well. So like a sliver away from getting level 20. Which will give him the 500 health bonus. Which is absolutely crazy. Health on Spectre is so effective because he obviously blocks out 22% all damage given
And
to him.
returns it.
Yeah, that's before his armor and magic resistance. So like health on that hero is crazy. Yeah, and he gets it. 2,400 health on this hero with an Aegis. With the Radiance mischance on him as well. Like, good luck killing this hero.
OD's got a raw plate mail and a null talisman.
I'm assuming the plate mail is going to Ashivas.
Shivas, yeah.
The null talisman is just from the start.
From
of the game.
early game, yeah.
It's going to be a little bit hard. Not much that Rutgers can do right now. They don't want to be fighting into this Spectre with the Aegis. If they can bait out the Haunt without it resulting in any death, then they may have a chance at taking the next fight. But unless that happens, it's not going to be very good.
Spectre's not very far away from his Diffusal Blade, and that's going to be just another huge power spike for him.
Yeah. Those illusions are going to start killing the supports just by themselves with that Diffusal Blade.
What's Nature's Prophet working on his scythe? That's going to be another problem for them, for Rutgers.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
they're just using their net worth advantage. 8k net worth right now.
It's
and
not that much
net
for
worth
the
is
length of the game, but it feels like more. And I guess that's the Bounty Hunter coming into effect.
Yeah, that's the few kills that Rutgers got worth a lot of money.
Invisibility.
But of course, the heroes over on UMD might be able to utilize their net worth a little bit better. You know, that's like the advantage of heroes like Spectre, right? They are weak by themselves, but they are much better at utilizing money. Because items are much stronger on heroes like Spectre than they are on like Bounty Hunter, for example. So Spectre finishes off the Diffusal Blade. There is still about 3 minutes left on the Aegis, 2.5.
And AA is working on he's almost got a Spirit Vessel done as well. Love that item. They're not super worried. The only healing they have is in the Ritual. Hold on, it's a fight in the bottom, and Kierno right now going up against Storm Soldier. He got his Diffusal Blade. Here's the Haunt. Now he's jumping back and forth. He has no idea. Johan Trying to find him. There he goes. He's going to be able to get the Chronosphere. He's
Oh,
going
that's
on to
perfect.
Spectre for the damage right now, but Spectre is going to come back with that Aegis. They get a lot of damage into OD. The Winter Wyvern is going to be able to get the kill with the Winter's Curse, but Inferno is back now. Storm Soldier is going to be able to dodge the avalanche damage there from Storm Soldier. Storm Soldier is caught in the middle and going to get completely blown up. It's a 5-man team wipe with 2 buybacks. Now,
There was 3 buybacks as well. Storm Soldier actually die back there.
oh no.
They get troubles in the top at least.
It's something, but the Treants are doing quite a bit of damage, and the rest of the team are ready to barrel down another lane any second. They're actually just going to come straight to top, knowing that they can get a good amount of damage here. Manta used up another buyback, hit up with Winter Wyvern. They're going to try and defend with 3, see what they can accomplish here. Slurm does have his Hurricane Pike. He's going to use it up against Dimple. Dimple's going to be able to get that Glimmer Cape off and disengage the fight now. Slurm is just frontlining while the Inferno Illusions go to work on the melee barracks. Still haven't claimed it, and it looks like they're getting a little antsy. May still try to go for the barracks, but even if UMD back up right now, they get themselves the melee barracks. It's icing on top. They got a 5-man team wipe, a 6-man team
There's
wipe.
a Prism on himself.
Uh-oh, Jahan. Yeah, he's gonna be able to blink out of there though. This is what OD do.
Oh my
Now
God.
OD's gonna drop the hammer, get a kill, get a second kill. Jahan was in the back and just got blown up. Now, where is he? Yeah, Mouse is in the back line, tracking up as much as he can, but they've just lost 2 big heroes, and they've got Storm Soldier jumping in. They're gonna find Miss. 1 shot, 2 shot. Mouse may be able to get him. Yes, they get the return kill on to Miss at least.
5
Slurm
seconds
is
in
getting
haunt.
Oh no, Slurm used his
Haunted
Astral,
one.
and I don't know if he needed to. He could be in some trouble, and he's making his way away. He's got a Spirit Vessel on him right now. And Hero did haunt in. He's getting tons of damage. There, the global presence from the tree. The tree man is going to come in, and he gets a kill onto the Storm Soldier. Trubs flexing it globally, and now another buyback is used. That's 5 buybacks, right?
Yep, that's 5 backs over the last like 2 minutes. That's all 5 backs expended. They're gonna get the kill on the Trubs. Oh my god, that was worth 1,000 gold. But he immediately buys back and continues.
Straight in.
push
He's
with
got
that.
the Desolator tearing these buildings apart, knowing that they don't have a ton of people. Oh no, Trumps is gonna die back. He's still got the gold on his screen from the
That's Mega
buyback.
Creeps, by the way. That's so worth it.
Oh, but it was Mega Creeps. Yeah, I didn't even catch them taking the bottom, so just in a fraction of a second, even if they didn't lose a bunch of people there, UMD, even if they lost everyone there, the amount of economic damage they just did to Rutgers is insurmountable, I think.
I don't like that phrase, you know, like they just took everything in one fell swoop. I don't think it applies better than this game right now, because they had all 3 tier 3s up like 3 minutes ago, and just one team fight and bunch of buybacks later,
And the
like,
team
they
fight
lost
never
everything.
stopped. It at no
Yeah.
point stopped. Once they went in top with the full team, it just continued happening.
Like how many people bought back, right? So Nature's Prophet bought
6
back,
total,
all
I
of
think.
Rutgers bought back. Who else bought back? Was it just
That's
that
it,
on
yep.
UMD? Yeah, but 6 people bought back, just constantly fighting, never stopping. And
Plus,
you know,
plus a Spectre respawn into Haunt, or did he just TP out early in the fight into Haunt?
he TP'd out early in the fight to heal up, and then he just haunted back in. You know, that tells you how long the fight went for. It's a 2-minute spell. He used that to start the first fight, TP's out, and haunts back in. That's how long the fight went for. He even had an Aegis at the start of the fight, by the way.
And the whole
There you
thing
go.
kind of kicked off around bottom, right? That's where they.
Yep.
That's where they took down the Spectre. God, yeah, that was crazy. Like, if you think about it, this fight went like this.
Yeah. I mean, they initiated on the Spectre. They first initiated on the Spectre with an Aegis on him. That was such a bad idea. And Spectre survived through it. They didn't have a Silver Edge. If they're gonna go for that move, they need a Silver Edge. But they didn't. And Spectre survived through it. He didn't even lose his Aegis until a second initiation came from Faceless Void, which got the Chronosphere over onto the OD and Spectre. And that wasn't even enough to be able to turn that fight around when he got the 2 best targets in there. So yeah, just being too far behind against the Spectre, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, once again, I think. Oh no, Mouse is gonna get found by the Haunt.
And that's going to be the end of the game, I'm pretty sure.
They've still got a little life in them. Rutgers not going to give up so easily in game number 1. But yeah, kind of the same thing that we saw before is that UMD approached it in such a scattered ganky guerrilla fashion that they get the Chronosphere, but really Faceless Void was the only one doing damage in it, right? Everyone else is getting engaged by the rest of the team, cutting them off from the Chronosphere.
Just like super masterfully played here from UMD. Their draft, they came in with a strategy. I mean, there's like no other way of saying it. They came with a specific strategy in mind, drafting this weird game with the Spectre, and it just worked. Now they're just going to be playing it safe here. No reason to push here without their Roshan, and that's going to be up in 1 minute and 50 seconds. So probably not going to see anything happen until that comes up. But Heart is finished on Spectre. He has 3,700 health right now, and once he gets Roshan, you have 2 lives, and if he gets level 25, he gets plus 8% dispersion.
But he might get the Haunt Illusion damage. What did the, do you recall, what did the Spectre get in yesterday's game? The Dispersion.
Yeah. Dispersion is so much better.
It's
like, it's not
crazy
cooldown
good.
dependent. Yeah, it's not cooldown dependent. You're always good. Like, even if you get ganked, like you get initiated by the Faceless Void, you want to have the Dispersion, right? It's just so much better. It's good when you're aggressive. It's also good when you're defensive. It's good. Like, as a Spectre, you gotta make sure you don't die as like someone that's worth so much money, and it prevents that as well. It just I think it's going to be like, I don't know, like 10-90. That's going to be what I say the percentages are. Like 90% of the time you gotta go for the Dispersion. Maybe 10% that's gonna be a French scenario when you want the Haunt Illusion damage. Maybe you are super ahead that you don't care about.
So ahead that your illusions just shred people, and just that little bit more will mean 1 Haunt is killing everyone.
Or maybe you have a Refresher Orb and a Refresher Shard. If you get triple Haunt, I think that's game over, actually.
And yeah, the dispersion damage made even better by the fact that there is not even a Shadow Blade queued up on the Rutgers side.
Yeah.
Oh, I take that back. There is one queued up for Sniper, but it's not purchased in the slightest.
Roshan will respawn in 5 seconds.
Radiant's top
They've got
tower
Ancient
is
Apparition
under
posted up, ready to give them the signal as soon as he does. Oh, look at that. Is he going to be able to ride his dagger in? No, I think he's a little too late. He'll have to take the way
You
around.
get the pings.
Actually, he could have got it. He could have got in. He's going to go for the illusion. Anyway, going straight for Roshan, and then we should see the death knell come out any minute.
I have so much intelligence on what is to come. These voice lines. A Bounty Hunter is sneaking on it. Do you have detection here? They have no detection. Bounty Hunter could snatch the Aegis.
No, I don't think he's going to.
He's gotta try, right?
He's got to try. Oh, he had to go out. Okay, he had to go out of the pit, and he's got the time. Oh, he didn't get it. He didn't have. He got the cheese.
Oh, he needed to pocket the magic stick. Now they're like wondering where'd the stick go,
Where'd
guys?
the cheese,
Where'd the
guys?
stick go? Where'd the cheese go? Guys, cheese? Cheese? Where's the cheese? Oh, now they see Bounty Hunter. The cheese thief.
Trubs
Get
is
the
coming
cheese
in.
thief.
Oh, he tries to go for the sprout, but he's already gone. Give
Give
us cheese and we don't kill. Oh,
No, I dropped the cheese. Drop the cheese. Now, Mouse, you gotta drop the cheese. You gotta drop cheese.
They told you cheese is your life. Your life is not worth the cheese. Actually, probably is.
Yeah, come on, Mouse. You got
My life for fromage. Alright, well at least we have a nice entertaining end to this game. As UMD is getting ready to charge up the high ground, they've got themselves an Aegis even without the cheese. UMD is going to have a pretty hard time defending against this. Mega Creeps knocking down buildings in their base already. MZS is up on the high ground. He's taking quite a lot of damage. Ooh, they got it. Needed to be careful. Sniper's already got his assassinate cooldown. And now here we go. Here's the Haunt. He's going in. Inferno trying to go into the Lagcraft. Lagcraft making his way back into the fountain. Storm Soldier is caught out here, but they're going to be able to toss Inferno back to the fountain. He's going to have to use his dagger and make his way into the trees while the rest of the team comes here and just starts smashing the crap out of everyone. They are going to be able to pop down Inferno, but Tier 4 is taking a lot of damage. No, Jahan is over in the line. He's already used his Chronosphere. Trying to get some kills, nothing successful just yet. Slurm, Jahan makes his way back. Inferno's alive once again. Lagcraft, one more shot. There we go. Who's got that daggin? Inferno. And here we go, taking down the tier 3 or tier 4s, taking down the Ancient. GG is called from Rutgers, and that is gonna be game number 1 going the way of UMD. Yolji, what kind of changes do you want to see from Rutgers going into this game 2?
I don't think they're going to see